All right. So in this task analysis, we have to determine first off, what is the problem? So what is the problem?
I have to make the bed.
You have to make the bed. All right. So the first step that we're going to do is we're going to remove the pillows from the bed. All right. So I'll need to have you remove the pillows from the bed. All right. That's good. Step two is you're going to pull down the top blanket or pull the top blanket back to the foot of the bed.
How do you know the foot from the head?
The head would be at the top of the bed towards the wall. The foot would be the open end of the bed. That's a very good question.
I feel like this is the open end of the bed because it's open with no covers on it.
You make an excellent point. But let's go ahead and refer to that end of the bed as being the head of the bed. Let's refer to this end of the bed as being the foot of the bed.
So
Okay.
Can you read the direction again for?
So the direction again is to pull the top blanket back to the foot of the bed. Okay. That's good. All right. Now the second step is to pull any remaining blankets back to the foot of the bed. So since we don't have any remaining blankets, we're going to go to the next step, which is to pull the top sheet back to the foot of the bed. Okay, so now we have this blank bed that we're going to work on. Okay, now I want you to come around and working from the left side of the bed, I want you to pull the top sheet up to the head of the bed. Remember, we identified that as the head of the bed. So go ahead and come around here. Go ahead and pull that up to the top of the bed. Okay. Now, I want you to move around to the right side of the bed and pull the sheet up to the head of the bed. So I want to make sure that the sheet's even on both sides. So go ahead and go around to the other side.
You want it to be even on both sides.
Yes. Now, the next step is to check to make sure that the sheet is the same distance from the floor on both sides.
Do you want me to measure it?
No, but that's a good question. You can just kind of eyeball that one. Okay?
I feel like it's close.
Okay, that sounds good. Now, I want you to repeat the same action with the next blanket. Okay? So, pull the blanket to the head of the bed from the left side. Okay, go around to the right side. Okay, good. And just like we did with the sheet, try to determine the distance from the floor. Just make sure there's an even distance on both sides from the floor. All right, and our last step is to place the pillows at the head of the bed.
Is there any particular order you'd like them in?
Any order is fine. All right, good job, you did good.
I think you should be glad that our grandchildren did not have to do this task.
What did you find difficult in this?
No, I didn't. Well, as a 61-year-old mother and grandmother, I didn't like taking apart a bed that was already made.
Okay, and we will end on
Well,
that.
no, I mean, from a kid's perspective, I think the difficulty, of course, is identifying all of the markers that are necessary for each step, because that's what's confusing. There are, for every task you're asking a kid to do, either physically or academically, as adults we assume kids know exactly what our markers are, what the head is, what the foot is, what left side of a bed is. But depending on where you're standing, the left side of the bed can be,
That is a good point. That's something I didn't think about. And also from the standpoint of, again, I think that with a student with autism, you need to explain why the bed would need to be made. I mean, to them, they may not look at it as being something that's needing to be done. I think you need to understand.
They might argue with you about
yes,
that.
teaching this as a life skill, I think I would need to explain why it's important to be able to make your bed. So that's a good point.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for your help. I
You're
appreciate it.
welcome.